Hello everybody and welcome to the UK and Ireland Poker Tour. We're in Cork, Ireland, and I'm at the top of the Shandon Bell Tower where there are some spectacular views. I'm also on a rail, which is an uncomfortable place to be for a poker player, even more uncomfortable than being 300 feet up and exposed to force 9 winds. Check out this beautiful city. It's been great crack in Cork, but we're at the serious end of the tournament right now. Just 22 left. Liv, it's getting interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is. We've got 5 Brits, 2 Germans, a Latvian. Most importantly, we've still got 14 Irish players in contention for the title, so maybe one of them will keep it local. Yeah,
it'll be a good night here if one of those does win. Martin Muslow, a German, is at the top of the table right now. Pick out someone else that's a threat to win it.
My pick would be Chris Dowling. We saw him make the final table of UK IPT Nottingham, where he actually got really unlucky and lost ace-queen to ace-queen. He's a very solid player, and I think he's a strong contender. Yeah, he's got a big reputation on the Irish circuit. We'll see where Chris figures in the chip count. Pretty high up, 3rd spot for Chris Dowling, behind Martin Mulso. Our chip leader is over the million mark. Sam Razavi in 4th was entertaining us yesterday. These players are just below average. They include Jamie Burland, the Brighton UKIPT winner from season 1. And here's page 3 of our 22 remaining players. These are looking for a double up. Over to our feature table, and it's pointy finger time. Martin Mulso is your chip leader, and Sam McDonald is a player we watched a lot yesterday. He was really up and down, fun to watch.
Oh, Jamie's interview. He does tell it how it is, doesn't he?
Do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's just... I think what he's trying to say is that his edge is very big in a field like this.
Yeah.
And so it can be a little frustrating to get to the late stages and then not get there.
Well, he's one of our best players. He'll be back, I'm sure. In the meantime, action straight away on our feature table. William Mitchell is all in, and he's going to get called by Sam McDonald. He's going to be in bad shape.
Oh, this is going to be a very tricky spot for Sam McDonald. He's just flatted with the 4s, and he's running into a big stacks ace-king, who is correctly shoving over the top. And now Sam is in this horrible, horrible spot where he's called 25% of his stack almost and has to fold.
Bad spot for Sam McDonald, and technically had to fold the best hand.
Yeah.
2 4s in a flop, don't feel afraid.
Well, he doesn't need a 4.
3/5 of the way there, innit? Oh, God.
See, now I'm a big believer you shouldn't say anything in these situations. He's tempting fate, Liv.
Oh, there it is. Nice. The cards are not affected by your voice, Nick. How many times do I have to tell you?
Would you still call?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Would you win?
You'd riven me.
Players discussing Sam McDonald's fold of 10,000 blinds.
Interesting thing actually about our last hand, Nick, where we were talking about how the cards are not affected by your voice. I remember once having a conversation with a taxi driver who told me that according to quantum physics, if you don't look at your hand, it's not defined until you look at it, which technically speaking is true.
Yeah, it does become defined very quickly when you have to turn it over at the end, though.
That indeed, yes. That is true. I would not advise playing blind just to rely on quantum physics.
I don't know, Annette did it.
Yeah,
it can be done. You've got to be pretty good at poker, though. Here's Sam McDonald playing. We saw him play 10-6 yesterday. Does he have... He's got some sort of strange affinity for this hand.
Well, he's carrying on with his aggressive style. He's 3-betting Gowdlitz, who's open from late position. Maybe he suspected he was stealing, although his timing is terrible because the big blind, the short-stacked Fitzgerald, has woken up with 9s.
So Fitzgerald shoves. Gordlitz is going to have to fold, and McDonald now...
He has to call.
He has to call, right.
It's 50k more into a pot of 243. He has to call. It's a little unfortunate for Sam McDonald.
No, I'm here. How low? 5? 9. I've got 1 over. I'm due to hit one of these, by the way. I've lost like 3 of these. I've lost 3 of these today, alright?
If you're Dara Fitzgerald, you don't want to hear that.
You don't. Oh dear.
No. Well, that takes skill, doesn't it? You've got to know when you're going to flop the 2 pair with the junk hand. Sam McDonald, nice timing on the re-steal for him, McDonald. He's going to get his reward in an unexpected way. Very unlucky for Dara Fitzgerald. He now needs to spike a 9.
Ooh, full house overkill. It may look like he's gotten lucky here with a bad hand. You've got to remember his re-steal was well timed. He's just unlucky to run into the big blind.
Yep, three new players with us on the feature table. Pointy finger time. Sam Razavi and Sam McDonald are next to each other once again. Jamie Flynn and Vincent O'Connor also join the feature table, but it's Martin Mulso that leads the way with over 1.3 million in chips. Action is folded around to Vincent O'Connor, sitting on about 21 blinds, and folds ace-9. Probably because he's got a little bit of a weird stack.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for him to do much with a hand like that.
This is our first look at Jamie Flynn, who's been playing very aggressively throughout the tournament, and he'll keep that theme going by opening Queen 5. Sam McDonald just flatting with 2 tens.
Yeah, I quite like his flat, actually. They're about 67 blinds deep. Sam is a good post-flop player, and he's in position so he can allow his opponent to spew off into him quite comfortably.
A lot of deception here for McDonald. Jamie Flynn flops a pair and will continue.
I expect Sam will just call.
I want to move.
He does.
You hear the voice of Sam Razavi saying he wants to move to the other table where there's more action. Well, there's action right here, Sam. Come on, the grass is always greener.
At this point, Jamie Flynn is probably thinking he has the worst hand, although I'm surprised he didn't continue. If he's going to bluff, he should have continued bluffing there.
Well, it goes check on the turn, and the 8 of spades arrives on the river to complete a 4-line straight. 9 or a 4 obviously would give you that.
Oh,
Liv, you're not happy?
No, I do not like it. What is he trying to represent, Nick? It's gone bet on the flop, but then he checks turn and now he fires over pot for the river. It just doesn't make any sense. There's no real hand that he could be, unless he's trying to say he's had some kind of combo like 9-7, something like that. Or I guess, 10-9 he could be trying to represent. It doesn't make any sense.
Get it through. Sam McDonald sniffs it out, calls with his 10s, and Jamie's bluff will backfire on this occasion. Sam will move and unfortunately ran into a bigger hand.
Back to the action at our feature table. We have a raise from Sam Razavi with ace-3 offsuit.
Sam's in the cutoff. See if he gets any action.
In the big blind, Gowdlitz has Jack-10 offsuit. It looks like he's going to defend. The effective stack is Mark Gowdlitz, who has just under 300,000, so 30 big blinds.
Interesting flop. Gowdlitz flops the flush draw, and Razavi with a gut shot and ace high. Gowdlitz will check.
I expect Sam is going to bet this. He doesn't want to give a free card to someone who has a club in their hand.
There's someone who has a club in their hand.
Yes, there is.
Right there.
And he does also have... He might well think he has the best hand as well with ace high. And he's got the gut shot to back it up.
Gowdlitz calls here. What's his plan, Liv?
I'm not quite sure what Gowdlitz's call is. I would rather... I mean, maybe he's intending to take it away on a later street. I don't think he thinks that Jack high is good.
Well, it goes check on the turn, and the 8 of hearts on the river doesn't change anything. Sam Razavi still has the best hand with ace high, but it looks like Gowdlitz is going to fire.
I mean, if Gowdlitz wants to take it down, this is the way to do it. I think if I was him, I would have probably check raise flop, but you've got to admire him for not giving up.
I'd be sick if I could. I can beat Jack-10 with the Jack of clubs, Queen-10.
That's a world-class player in action, calling his exact hand.
Yeah, hands up if you want to play poker with Sam Razavi.
No, thank you.
Wow.
That's a read. That's a read right there.
Yeah, that was a read.
Jack-10 with the Jack of clubs.
Nice call, man. Nice call.
Thank you. Sorry.
He's too good. Take him away.
Indeed, you're not going to want to play against a player with reads like that.
Sam going to confer with brother Ebbs, who we saw play. And in our next hand, Action's been folded to Sam Razavi. He's going to open ace-10. Other short stacks behind him, including
It's that time, isn't it?
Artis Gritans.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Ship the beans.
Gritans looking like he was trying to muster up the courage to shove it all in, which is all he can really do with his stack.
I can beat Queen King, that's the good news. 28. Do you know that?
Well, Artis takes a sip of water. I think he knows he's got the best hand here.
Problem is, I think you got ace jack. You got ace jack, you got me pipped by one. That's the problem.
Sam trying to get reads. Telling his opponent what he has.
And he's going to make this call.
You got ace jack.
All in goal.
I knew you had me beaten as well. Dominated him.
Sam in bad shape, but not anymore. He spikes the 3 outers. Terrible news for Gritans. Very unlucky.
You can see what it means to him to come so far in the tournament. You just want your showdown hand to hold up. It doesn't look like it's going to happen for Gritans unless he can catch here.
Heartbreak for the young Latvian player. Still, he collects a healthy payday. £2,350 for his 15th place.
Good bad feeling, lads. Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
Good luck, lads.
Sorry, man.
It's fine, don't worry, man.
He doesn't lose. Get them on their
can't
backs, he
lose.
can't lose.
I can't lose, I'm a fish.